If you're willing to go to the extent to show up to another team's game, learn their signs, not just steal them, but you got to learn their signs, understand them, and then use that to your advantage, that is strategy, my friend. They're playing chess, not checkers. So we got some breaking news to talk about, probably the most shocking news to come out on a random Thursday, and yeah, it's a lot to take in. It appears it seemed that old Jim Harbaugh here was doing a little bit more than just buying recruits some hamburgers. Because y'all know what happened with that whole mess. That happened a couple months ago. We already talked all about it. I thought it was stupid. It is what it is. It's in the past. We're not here to talk about that. We got to talk about a serious matter that is currently unfolding in front of our eyes. But first things first, we got to check on the comment section on a recent video. For better or for worse, let's just get it over with. What I'm about to do is the equivalent to when I go running in the mornings. I don't want to do it, but it must be done. Let's get it over with. First things first, Garrett Lee stated, "Hey Matt, I discovered your channel about a year ago. I've been enjoying the videos ever since. Keep up the great work, and thank you for hashtag White Randy the Goat." Thank you, I guess. Is there a catch to this comment? I don't think so. It's just a regular good comment. Well, thank you, Mr. Garrett Lee. I really appreciate those kind words. And also, thank you for being a part of our community for over a year. That's also amazing. I'm extremely grateful that you've enjoyed the videos up until this point, and I hope you continue to enjoy them for many years on. What about that? I just can't get over that. A nice comment. All right, Scooby Drew. Is this his name? He stated, "I honestly think Penn State wins this game," referring to Penn State, Ohio State. And Drew Howard throws for 250 plus. Hashtag, all right. Strike one for Drew. Hashtag Matt has kids in his basement. All right, bro, we need to address this. And like, I'm being dead serious when I say this. This is a real deal conversation we're about to have. The whole hashtag thing, hashtag Matt be bald and whatnot, that's all fine and dandy. But I don't think some of you understand the magnitude of what you're typing. There's new people coming to the channel, and imagine they see this. Hashtag Matt has kids. What was it? What was it again? Matt has kids in his basement. Like, for real, you don't think somebody's going to see this and they're going to be like, oh, what's going on here? Matt always comes through with the banger vids. Keep it up. What the frick is this, yo? What is this? All right, strike one for Sniper Beast. 2 more in your band. D's Clan Game instead. This is a really good take, man. Keep it a great work. Hashtag might be shaking. Yeah. You see it. And that will be the last one we read because I'm pretty mortified by it now. And I know if we continue to read, they're just going to get worse. Thank you for all the wonderful comments, I guess. And let's just get on topic with what we need to talk about. This is all breaking news, and this is a developing story as to when I'm speaking on it. So apparently in Michigan and Jim Harbaugh, they're in deep trouble. Now, as to how much trouble they'll really be in, that's up in the air. This is a situation that the NCAA is currently investigating. And on the show T word for word news came out that the NCAA is investigating Michigan over possible rule breaking around quote unquote in-person scouting of opponents. If you don't know what that means, I'll break it down in just a second. Now, ESPN, they have cited this as Michigan is sign stealing. In other terms, to dumb this down, what Jim Harbaugh Michigan has done is they have sent people to opposing teams' games. I'm just going to get straight into this. I'm telling you my perspective from the jump. I'm going to keep it a Fortnite V-Buck with all of you. I thought this was laughable. When I first saw this, I was like, what? Like I said, I don't know the quite extent that Michigan's gone to sign steal. But as far as it goes for, let's say, Jim Harbaugh is sending some scouts to show up to a Michigan State practice, or not even just a practice, show up to their game and try to read what they're doing, I thought that was normal. And maybe my perspective is skewed on this situation because when I was in high school, my coaches used to do this. And even as a team, a couple of me and my buddies, about 5 or 6 of us, we'd load up in a car and we'd go to an opposing team's game that we played the following week. And what was our reasoning for going to the game? We were trying to figure out their plays and what they like to do. And same thing for our coaches. I can't tell you, this wasn't just one coach, this was multiple coaches. I feel like every coach does this. The amount of times our coach would come into practice on a Friday and say, hey, I went and saw so-and-so play yesterday and Thursday night. Here's what they like to do, and here's how we're going to defend it. We did that all the time. You know what I call that? Strategy. If that's all that Michigan and Jim Harbaugh has done, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But from the looks of this, and my understanding and my information, it looks like there's a little bit more to it. But I got to be honest with y'all, and I'm not saying I'm in the right. You're entitled to your own opinion. I don't have a problem if Michigan did their research and they studied up and they stole some signs. If you're willing to go to the extent to show up to another team's game, learn their signs, not just steal them, but you got to learn their signs, understand them, and then use that to your advantage, that is strategy, my friend. They're playing chess, not checkers. I am not saying it's right. No. I'm not saying that. Don't get it twisted. What I'm saying is, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Maybe it's because we did that for all my sports teams, but let me know your thoughts down below. And like I said, maybe I'll have a biased perspective on this because I did all this stuff. My team's on the diamond in baseball. We did this. I remember I had a buddy. He batted fourth and I batted third. And a lot of times if I got a single or double or I got a single and got to second, I would steal the signs from the catcher and relay them back to him at the plate. If I was on second base and I saw the catcher throw down a 1, which more times than not, I'm just giving an example, that means a fastball, I would touch the tip of my helmet when I was on second base, and my buddy who batted fourth, he would see that and he would know fastball. It's strategy, man. There's nothing wrong with that in my humble opinion. And I got a feeling that's all that Michigan did. I mean, are they trying to say that Michigan went into, who have they played? Michigan State Stadium and was learning the plays in their own, college or university? Like, what are we talking about? I mean, seriously, if we're just talking about a situation where Jim Harbaugh sent out some of his goons to go to a couple games and steal some signs, I ain't got a problem with it. I guess that's breaking the rules, showing up to opposing teams' games and stealing signs, but is that not the same thing as scouting? And I can't emphasize this enough. Maybe I'm highly misinformed on this subject. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I don't think it's that bad. And I'm also going to bring this up. You see a lot of people saying this in the comment section. Is it not weird that all of a sudden, the past couple of years, Michigan's really good? They're dominating. Well, I ain't going to say dominating the sport, but they're up there with the big boys. And it's almost like the NCAA's picking on them. It's almost like the NCAA's like, no. If you're not a part of the SEC, you can't be elite. We only want the SEC to be the best of the best. And keep in mind, this is coming from an SEC fan. Seriously, stealing signs is illegal in 2023. You know what we should really be talking about? Okay, if Michigan stole your signs, number one, you should get better signs, and number two, just change them. Whatever, man. This is stupid to me, and it is ridiculous, and I think it's an absolute joke. Michigan could tell 11 out of the 12 teams they play this year, we're going to run the ball left, and they still couldn't stop them. This is dumb to me, and everybody's hyping this up, and apparently Michigan's going to be in some deep trouble, but what are they going to do? What does the NCAA think they're going to find? You can't even make this crap up, man. Somebody in the comment section said, great, the Coach Prime drama was just ending. I got a question, man. Does it not seem a little fishy and a little funny and ironic to y'all that when all the Coach Prime drama is ending and there's not too much going on in the sport and the entire world and landscape of college football, this randomly pops out? I don't want to get all too conspiracy theory mad on y'all, but a little fishy if you gotta ask me. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. Football is the new and modern day Roman circus. It keeps everybody distracted for a couple hours, and that's good for the higher ups. But like I said, we're not diving into conspiracy theories here. I'm done with this sign stealing. Of all the things the NCAA can be going after and worried about, they're worried about Jim Harbaugh sign stealing. Come on, man. Apparently, though, it's a big deal. We'll wait and see what happens. Well, let me know your thoughts down below. But, Roman,